President Obama has apparently decided to make a decision on the future of the Dakota Access Pipeline, possibly. Now, the decision that he is leaning towards is not going to surprise you. The Obama administration is expected to approve the disputed easement for the Dakota Access Pipeline as soon as Monday, according to two sources familiar with the timing. In plain English, that means drill, baby, drill through the water supply of that region. Now, they have come out since the news broke early today that that decision was coming up in just the next few days and said that the process is ongoing and no decisions have been made. Now, that statement comes after hours of them being excoriated on social media, so it could be that they're backpedaling, or it could be that the sources that initially broke the story were wrong, or more likely, they're going to do it and they're trying to limit how much bad press they get in the meantime. Now, in response to that news, Dakota Access Pipeline put out a statement saying, as a practical matter, pipeline construction in the state of North Dakota is complete, except for the crossing beneath the Missouri River at Lake Oahe, which we showed you in video last week. We now wish to reiterate publicly that Dakota Access shares the safety concerns of the Corps and is prepared to suspend activities at the site if Dakota Access and the Corps can agree upon a date certain upon which we can complete construction. And so they are expecting that it is coming up soon too.
Okay, so let me explain what's actually happening here. You released this news on a Friday if you're embarrassed of it. They're embarrassed of it, so they thought, okay, I'll put it on a Friday and hope it doesn't get much attention. The minute it is put out there, and they call these trial balloons. So I don't know why they don't, the rest of the press doesn't explain this to you. It's Washington 101, and everybody there knows it, right? So, but they love to just take the politicians at face value. And so Obama is basically testing out the waters. He dipped his toe in, and as soon as he did, boom, it got bit, right? And he's like, whoa, I didn't expect that. I've been selling out progressives for 8 years. Why all of a sudden people are mad? Because it turns out you had the wrong strategy. You weren't playing three-dimensional chess. You were playing checkers, and you lost that. So you're going to have no legacy. Trump's going to wipe out everything you ever did. So now when you go to do yet another stupid move, which is conciliatory to corporate interests that actually control you, yeah, you're going to get bit. So he got bit. A couple hours later, he's like, I don't know. I'm going to let it play out. I'll see how it goes, right? Well, what are you going to let play out? You know what you're going to do, Obama. You're going to give in to the corporate guys like you always do. Well, you think it's going to get better on Monday? The best case scenario here is that he gets so embarrassed by this that he says, well, I'm only around for 2 more months, and I know Trump's going to okay it. So
that's why I don't understand. I mean, other than the fact that his donors are pushing for it, why not just wait? The donors are going to get what they want anyway. The company's going to get the pipeline they want anyway.
In this case, there might be a little reason. There's some issue with the financing of the project that needs to gets resolved in December. Okay, so now. If
they couldn't resolve that with the knowledge that within 40 days it would be built in any event?
They can. So in some cases it's contractual, and so you might have issues where somebody might have you over a barrel if you go past December, okay? Mm-hmm. So there might be some business interests there that we can't see. Now, having said that, if you know it's going to get resolved in your favor in 40 days, the financial interest and all this stuff that happens behind the scenes will probably get resolved, okay? But so... And Obama, like I said, the best case scenario is he goes, well, I'm going to continue to think about this for months and months. After I retire and I've got the library and 3 years later, I'm still going to be thinking about it, right? So that's your best case scenario because he's never going to be on your side. Never, okay? Now, if you ask Obama about that, he'll, of course, all of his guys and him, they'll all get in a, how dare you? You don't understand how real politics works. Mm-hmm. You see that in real life, we have to give in to the Republicans because that's how things are. No. Mm-hmm. So let me give you an alternative, okay? You go there. Now, it's not like, hey, listen, knuckleheads. It turns out we're smarter than you, okay? You, for 8 years, pretended to be smarter than us and talked down to us progressives. Like, oh, you children, you don't know how things really work. Well, Obamacare is going to be killed on day one. Do you really know how things work? I think we figured that out a little bit better than you did, okay? So now you're saying, oh, well, Trump's going to come in anyway, and he's going to approve the pipeline anyway. Like, we don't know that. We're not children. Now, if you had any kind of guts, what you would do to fight back is say, no, I did not give you permission. You are not allowed to drill. They just announced that they're going to drill no matter what in 2 weeks. You send out the National Guard, and you go, I'm not sure you heard me, okay? You're not allowed to drill. Now you have set up a situation where They are in violation of the law. They are the bad guys. They are the lawbreakers. You turn the cops around. Instead of facing the protesters, they face the company. And you have created a situation where Trump would have to roll it back. Then Trump would have to publicly come out and go, no, I'm going to crush the Native Americans. Even though the company broke the law, I'm going to be on their side anyway, when he promised to be a law and order president. You see, you put him in a tough spot if you actually had guts. But that's not how Obama sees it. Here's how Obama sees it, because all he cares about is his own political legacy and all that stuff. Number one, he wants to approve it because he's not a progressive. That's 90% of the answer. Okay, it's not that complicated. Occam's razor. He's not a progressive. He serves as donor. So he's like, how do I approve this without, looking bad while pretending to be a progressive? There's a second reason, about 10% of the equation. He thinks if I go and tell the company not to drill, and then Trump comes in and reverses it, that'll be embarrassing for me. Trump reversed my thing, and it turns out I had no power. He just reversed it 2 months later. I don't want to get embarrassed. I'm not going to do that.
See, but don't worry about that, because the media is not going to be able to focus on him reversing that when he takes away Obamacare and all of your climate change regulations and the CAF standards. When he's going to be dismantling so much of your shit, you shouldn't focus on any one part too much.
It's funny what you said about Trump being a law and order president. Like, law and order doesn't apply to Native Americans. That's not part of it, so pushing them out of the way has nothing to do with law and order. What you said, I think, is absolutely true. They're testing the waters on this. They're like, all right, let's see what people say. Oh, man, people are still mad about this pipeline. At this point, I don't know why Barack Obama doesn't go all in. Like, there's nothing to lose now by pissing people off. Just like you said, you're not drilling. Here's the National Guard. Just do whatever you want for the next 2 months. It's going to be reversed. You might as well have a good time.
Yeah.
You got
the
pen.
Person fighting.
You got the
for what
pen.
Trump
You
isn't.
might as well just burn everything because, like you said, by the end of January, it's all wiped out. I mean, Trump already said he's going to. What did he say? He's going to reverse all of Barack Obama's unconstitutional executive orders, which in their mind is every executive order Barack Obama signed. So I don't know. I don't know. Why not go all in?
You know why?
Block the pipeline.
Just real quick. It's because it's not who he is.
That's just not how the gears work.
He's not a progressive. We keep wondering, well, why don't you do the progressive thing now that there are no bounds? His answer is, he's not a progressive.
Yeah.
If you ask him that, he'll be offended. Like, what do you mean? Of course I am. I mean, I've agreed with corporate interests 99% of the time, but I had to. Progressive things, I've barely ever done them, but I in an ideal world, I would have. If I was powerful, maybe if I was the most powerful man on earth. Oh, right. Oops.
So this goes to the idea that, when you say, I don't know why he doesn't just do that, that's just how the gears work with Barack Obama. And I said that a long time ago. When it's been revealed that when the banks crashed, he went to Wall Street and said, I'm the one standing between you and the angry mob with the pitchforks. I'm going to protect you. And son of a bitch, he did protect them. And there was never a jobs program. When there was Occupy Wall Street, he let Democratic mayors tell union cops to go crack the heads of peaceful protesters who had legitimate grievances. And the irrational response of the Barack Obama progressive government was to then cut unemployment benefits and let them take the union away from teachers. That's an irrational response. Barack Obama's response to problems in America are irrational.
To be fair, he's going to let it play out through Trump's
He's going to let it play out.
Yeah.
He's going to let it play out.
Well, let it play out through at least Donald Trump Jr.'s first term.
There's so much you get with Young Turks membership. You get the full 2-hour show of the Young Turks every single day. It's commercial free. You get Aggressive Progressives. You get all the other network shows that we put together. What else? Post games, right? And other things. And hugs and kisses and rainbows. You know what?
Somebody go get a six-pack.
And let's all enjoy membership together. tytnetwork.com/join.